Hello.
Gio.
How are you?
Welcome to Parasol. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. It's beautiful in here.
Thank you. It's very boutique-y, girly, but we welcome men as well.
I love it. I love it. So, show me around.
All right, so let's go. We have 4 different rooms, 1,700 square feet.
Okay.
We'll go in here. This is our skin aesthetics room. So we do a lot of procedures to improve skin quality in here. So our chemical peels, we'll do some of our microneedling, microdermabrasion, and our vampire facials, which you're gonna get done today.
Okay.
He's super excited about it.
Yes.
But it makes
Trembling.
the skin like glowy and beautiful, so it's awesome.
Yes.
So
Okay.
this is nice and posh and comfortable. And then we have some of our more heavy duty equipment over here. We call them our toys.
Toys.
So like guys have cars and women in aesthetic medicine have different types of toys like
Have lasers.
Yeah, right? So this room we have like our Phoenix laser. So we can do all kinds of stuff on this. We have an erbium so we can resurface, IPL for pigment. We can do hair removal. We can do tattoo removal. It's really awesome. So we just got that multifaceted. And then we also have, that's our CO2. This is the one that does all that, but our CO2 laser as well. And so the CO2 is the gold standard for facial resurfacing. So it's really high level, kind of peels off the skin. You look like Freddy Krueger for a bit, but then it's amazing, like baby skin, so.
Wow.
And then we'll bring it up here. And this is the room I typically work out of for injectables and such. So I'll do all of my like botulinum toxins, fillers in here, kind of see my patients in here. It's nice and cozy and bright. And when I turn on the light, I tell the patients it's like the light of heaven, like, wow. Like I'm gonna be staring at you, studying your face and skin. And then we have our front room. We have 2 other nurse practitioners who work part-time, and we have a phlebotomist and another assistant. So we do our blood draws in-house for like hormone therapy and anything that we're checking, so we can do that. We'll do some injectables in this room, some IV therapy treatments, anything miscellaneous. Sometimes when we get really busy, all 4 rooms are going at once, so it's kind of like another extra that we have. And this is our like more natural room, as you can see. So now that you've seen the place, we're gonna be taking care of you. We've already drawn your blood and we have the results. So we're gonna kind of go over what that says and create a treatment plan for you. And then after that, we'll get you all numb and take your blood and do your vampire facial.
Okay. Okay.
So I spoke with Gio before this, and we were talking about some of his goals and what brought him in. So Gio, you want to tell us, like, what were you feeling? What are you thinking? Why are you here?
So, late last year, actually mid last year, I decided I was gonna Benjamin Buttons myself, and because I feel young. But I want to, and I actually look pretty young if I don't say so myself.
Yes.
But I want to look on the outside as good as I feel on the inside. And so that was one area. Then I also, when I got to a certain point in my life, I'd say my early 40s, I switched from vanity to longevity. So I also want to work on the inside and make sure that's all working well as well. Quality of sleep is important to me, and I guess I have a little body dysmorphia, so I always want to be as lean as possible. So those 2 things. And I loved that you have a program that kind of fits right into that. What was it, head to toe? How do you?
Everything like inside and out. So
Inside and out.
there are a lot of med spas around, and a lot of them just do, Botox fillers, that sort of thing. But my idea is that our whole body is aging. Our cells are aging, our organs are aging, our skin is aging. So the approach for me, as I'm getting older too, I want to look good. So it's like, what can we do on the inside of the body to help anti-age so that it affects the outside as well? So you do feel as well on the outside as you feel on the inside, and that they're, symbolically of each other. So I do a lot of bioidentical hormone therapy and weight loss programs so that we can kind of help the organs function optimally, that we can, not lose muscle as we age and not, gain as much fat. So our cognitive function is better, our sleep is better, our libido is better, everything. Because we still want quality of life as we age, right?
Right. And I love that you're a nurse practitioner and, I don't know, master injector. So you have both skill sets and training in both areas, and that's not normal either.
And I started in dermatology, so that was my first love. In dermatology, I really got to get like hands deep, like in the skin. I was cutting people open, pulling things out, and suturing them closed. Lots of like blood and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Right? Most people would be like that. But it was really neat because I have a different focus in how I see things. So when I'm looking at someone, I can imagine in my mind like what's going on underneath the skin, the very different layers and the bone and how's it shifting as you age. And I can apply that to what I'm doing in aesthetics and then kind of bring my family practice backgrounds from my master's program into doing the hormonal component. So it all works nicely.
Yeah, it's the one-stop shop.
It is.
Awesome. So we did my blood work. I always get nervous when I do my blood work. I don't know why. I guess we all don't want to know what we don't know, I guess. Anyway, but I know how important it is. I like to do my blood work at least twice a year. So we did the blood work, and you probably have some ideas and things that you want to focus on going forward.
Yes, I've got it right here. And it's great to check your blood work at least twice a year, but I actually do a lot of integration of what does your lab work say about your body and what symptoms are you having. So when I'm looking at those two together, it really paints a picture for me of your body and how it's functioning. So we'll take a look at the numbers first, and then we'll kind of talk about some of the symptoms you were having as well. Okay. So we do like a complete blood count, and a complete metabolic panel, and then we do all of your hormones. But your CMP levels, everything like your calcium and potassium chloride, those were all really good. Your liver function, which is your AST, ALT, that's functioning nicely, so we want to see that. Your lipid panel, let's see, cholesterol 210, you're doing pretty good there, not too bad. Triglycerides are okay. And then we're going to get to your cells, like your red blood cells, white blood cells here. And those were in good functioning capacity. You're not anemic. Your hemoglobin and hematocrit were really good. Your platelet count, which is something we really watch, especially because you've already been on testosterone therapy from someone else. So a big thing is with men, we don't want your platelet count to be like too high. We don't want you clotting and having a stroke or anything like that.
Is that thick blood? Is that what that is?
Thickened blood, okay. Yeah. So red blood cells, platelets, we watch.
Okay.
And yours was fine, so that's good, okay. Your thyroid panel, we always do. So we have your free T3, T4, TSH. So your free T3 is a bit low, but your T4 and your TSH are normal. So TSH is the hormone that comes from the anterior pituitary, and it stimulates the thyroid to produce more hormones. So you're being stimulated fine, you're producing free T4, which is an inactive form of thyroid, but your active thyroid, your free T3, is a little low. So sometimes stress can do that, or like other things going on in the body. So I would recommend doing like supplements just to naturally boost those a little bit. For men, zinc and selenium are really good. And so those are two things definitely keep in your diet daily.
Okay.
The one thing we did find though on here was your estradiol, and that's kind of high. So, but when you're on testosterone, which you've been on for how many years or?
Probably this time, probably about 2 years.
2 years.
But
Okay.
maybe less.
So at first, your receptors are like super active and like takes all the testosterone in, and you start out on a lower level, and then you slowly have to go up. But as you go up, like your body will try to naturally even out your levels. It's like, okay, you're bringing your testosterone up. Well, I'm going to match it with your estrogen and bring your estrogen up. The problem is that estrogen in a man will cause estrogenic symptoms. So when it gets a little too high, you can have things like moodiness. Guys will come in and be like, I started crying at Titanic and I never cried before. Like they're really like sad and teary. Loss of libido. You can start to have like weight gain and more fat pockets, things like that. Cognitive function can be off. You can get what I call moobs, like man boobs. So all of that can happen.
Okay.
So we want to balance that out, and we want to make sure we look at the testosterone because of that too. Like where are you at on that?
Right.
And when that came back, you're a bit too high. So you're at like 1840. And typically I want you like 800 to 1,000. So you're like really high.
Right.
So that will be making your body, all that excess, like, hey, estrogen, let's make estrogen. And then you're not going to feel good. You're going to feel fatigued. You're going to feel icky, all that stuff.
Right.
And what symptoms were you having?
I wasn't feeling bad. I think the main thing is my sleep.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm getting enough REM and deep sleep.
Okay.
So that was what I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but
it can. Like even in women, if our estrogen levels are off, sometimes we just have a lot of insomnia. So everything has to be in good alignment.
Right. Balance.
Yes. It has to be perfect harmony. And the other thing, your DHEAS. So that is a precursor hormone. It actually helps to create the sex hormones like estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. That is high, but it's probably from the demand of your body saying, we want to convert this, we need to make more testosterone, and then we need to make more estrogen. That can also happen from stress, so just make sure you're doing things to alleviate stress. Okay, yoga, stuff like that. Right. And those were the main things I saw. We also check your prostate levels. That's very important when you're on any testosterone therapy, and those were fine. So usually at least once a year we'll check and make sure that they're okay.
Yeah. I just had a show, and the guest who I've become friends with, he just got prostate cancer. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go get someone sticking their finger up my butt, and I don't want it, but I gotta go do it just because you gotta go do it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it's better than us women when we're in stirrups. So yours is easier.
Yeah.
You couldn't imagine what that's like. All right, so we got everything on here. So now as far as the treatment plan for everything.
Okay.
I would say definitely we need to decrease the level of testosterone you're on weekly so that your body is not converting. Because what it's called is aromatization. Your body will aromatize testosterone and turn it into estrogen, besides even the levels just going up because your body's trying to match. When you aromatize, you'll tend to also build more belly fat, and belly fat makes more estrogen. So it's like this vicious cycle.
Right.
So we need to even everything out.
Exactly what I don't want.
Yes. So we're going to put you, for one, we're going to add in another supplement. So I have my own supplement line, and Hormone Calibrate, I have a lot of my patients on it. This is a supplement that will help to like balance out your estrogen levels a little bit more, but also help to metabolize them down a non-carcinogenic pathway. So there's like 3 different main pathways that we metabolize estrogen, and we want it to be on the 2 and 16 pathway. So that helps with that to kind of help your natural balance.
Okay.
But also taking, like I said, the other supplements, some vitamin D, things like that. Multivitamin.
And then you had was it peptides or something else you were gonna recommend?
Yes. So we'll decrease the testosterone. We'll add in a little bit of what's called the nastrozole because we want to bind a little bit of your excess estrogen for a few weeks to kind of help your body out. And we'll put you on some just anti-aging longevity sort of things, like a peptide called Morlin.
Okay.
And that one helps to stimulate your HGH levels. HGH is known in anti-aging medicine to be, the gold standard of anti-aging, the fountain of youth.
Right.
So it'll help with like your organs, making sure they're functioning better and optimizing things there. It helps with skin tightening. It helps with cognitive function and like neurons in the body to rejuvenate them. It just overall, it's, overall anti-aging, reversing the hands of time in all of our systems. So it's something people stay on more like lifelong.
And the peptides opposed to the actual hormone, I was told that one is really kind of getting your own body to produce it, and the other one's just kind of just shotgunning it in. And
yes.
So is that what you believe is the issue there?
Yes. So it's an indirect pathway using this to get your body stimulated to produce your own HGH without just throwing it up into the body. It is like anything, it tries to balance things out. So I feel like when you jump things too high, there might be some adverse effects you don't want with that.
Right. So. Okay. And then, so that's the internal plan?
Mm-hmm. That is what we're going to do internally.
And now what's the external plan? I know it already, but go ahead and talk about it.
So we're going to help you with that part so you can, feel amazing as you age.
Right.
And then we're going to work on the outside of the skin. Okay. So because you're so lean, you tend to lose muscle when you're really lean. So people will look amazing, but they'll lose muscle in the face and they'll lose fat in the face. And that will kind of age the face more, even though the body looks like banging. Right. Like when you came in, I was like, what can I help you with? But we will do a little here, of course, like sun damage over time and just like genetics and aging will cause like pigmentation, dark spots. When you age, you also lose like some of the fat pad depth and they shift, they move downwards. And also the bones in the face will actually get smaller as you age. So everything kind of shifts down and like that way. So not like very attractive for any of us. But
we want to go up.
Yes. So we're going to do some things to stimulate your own collagen, which would be the vampire facial. Okay. So it's like a microneedling device. We're going to pull your own blood, spin it, and take out what's called platelet-rich plasma, so PRP. We're going to use that. It's nutrient dense to re-inject into your face. It'll make it really like glowy. It'll help to tighten it. The skin will just look so much better. I do it every 3 months. Okay. So it's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Vampire facial. First facial ever, by the way. Ever.
Can't believe you've never done like chemical pills or anything.
I don't know why either.
And this works pretty quickly and pretty strong. So you'll kind of feel it kicking in. You'll feel numb. It'll feel kind of weird, tingly. And it wears off in like 4 hours.
Blood time.
Do you have a side that's better than...
I don't.
No? Okay. I mean, you have huge veins.
Ambiblood dextrous.
That's awesome. Okay, clean you off. Man, look at those pipes. It's like every medical professional's dream right here.
So, is this usually done in a day?
It is. I'm able to take out your PRP, spin it over 10 minutes, and it's ready to re-inject. So you've got your liquid gold right here. We're going to do it. You're going to look beautiful. Benjamin Buttons, here we come.
Yes.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's good. That's good stuff. We should get that. Did you get that?
No.
Oh man, that was so good.
I think our body has these natural processes to always try to balance out. It's our nature.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes our bodies, aren't doing what we want them to. They're a little defective or we have mutations, but they always try to regulate naturally. Feel pretty numb?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can feel you wiping on me.
Yeah. Like you'll feel pressure, but you shouldn't really feel pain. You might feel a little like here and there, like needle tip,
Right.
but it shouldn't be too bad. And this just cleans all that oil off of here. Can't believe you've never had a facial or anything.
Yeah.
Just do a little alcohol. This smells strong, but just to make sure all the bacteria is off the skin as well.
Ooh.
I know, right? Ugh. Then we can start.
Hold my hand, Joel.
Here for you, Gio.
And have you turn your head to the left first. We'll start over here. Usually I'll kind of go in circular motions. Press a little bit of PRP onto the skin. How are you doing?
Ah.
A little tender in some areas?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to go a little lighter, but... Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can see it does make the little micro punctures where he's bleeding a bit. And that's good, we want that. Because anytime you make a micro injury to the skin, it helps your body come to that area in order to renew the area, to renew the cells, to heal, and that makes things look younger. That's the whole purpose of the vampire facial. For at least a few hours after the procedure, so that the PRP can really just soak in and do its job. It's so like nutrient dense.
So I'm leaving the platelets on my skin? Is that what I'm leaving?
Yes. Last little bit. Doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did the vampire thing. He's all like Twilight.
Yeah, dude. Now you're gonna be. How old are vampires? Thousands?
Oh, God.
Look at Gio taking care of his skin.
I feel like it's all part of it. And I can already tell, like, the things that you gave me, that my face feels different. Like tighter.
Yeah, right?
And I can't believe it, but it's like I'm living it. So wow. I look like I'm homeless. No offense, homeless people, if you're watching. Wow. Okay. Wow. So, when do I put the stuff that I am already putting on my face? now that this is done?
So I would wait
Like Sunday, Monday?
probably a week to apply any anti-aging things. Right now,
Okay.
just gentle cleanser like the Vino, sunscreen 30 or higher. You can do lotion, like gentle lotions, but just like let this heal in. And then you can return to your regular anti-aging products that I gave you.
Okay.
All right.
You look frightened.
Yeah, like a dog that just like got wet.
It's a combination to the pain and the numbness. I feel like I'm not in control of my face, and it's kind of like I have a little buzz going on. I don't know. It's weird.
It's a happy buzz.
Yeah. I just got high on the table here.
Hola, fitness junkies. It's Erika Luren, your optimal aging expert, and today we're talking about skincare through the decades. So I love skincare products, and I'm in my middle age, and of course I want to look amazing as I age. And our generation of aging is much different than our parents and grandparents, where you're living longer and we're looking younger, and a lot of us have access to be healthier as we age, quality of life. So we want to look and feel like we do from the inside and out to match. And that's what we do at my clinic at Parasol Aesthetics. So weight loss, hormones, skincare, dermatology, Botox, fillers, everything we have under one roof. And as far as skincare goes, I have my own skincare line, Parasol Dermaceuticals. I invented it because I wanted there to be an affordable skincare line that had potent ingredients that were popular and mainstream, but wouldn't break the bank. So this skincare is for everyone. We've got your retinoids, which are your mainstay gold therapy of preventing wrinkles on the face and exfoliating dead skin so you can look more glowy. We have things that are illuminating for the skin. I have a wash that is one of my most popular products. Glyco-illuminating wash smells like cherries, and you will be like so glowy afterwards. It's what I use on my skin to look young, even in my 40s, and it's amazing. But for each decade of life, what I am going to recommend when you are in your 30s, it's so important to start an anti-aging program. You start to lose your collagen and elastin when you're in your 20s. By the time you hit 30 and every decade from then on, you're going to have major biological changes in your body and your skin, which require different ingredients to be used to take care of it. So hitting your 30s, you're still probably going to have a good amount of moisture because you have a good amount of estrogen still. You want to do light moisturizers and serum bases. Those will get into your skin easier. And if you're oily, it won't make you too like shiny and greasy looking. So especially like hyaluronic acid serums like we have with our Dewy You serum, that will be lightweight, soak into the skin, and it absorbs more than 1,000 times its weight in water. So it's awesome. Also, your retinol at nighttime is going to be good, but for a younger person, you don't have to use it every night, maybe a few times a week. Sunscreen, 30 or higher. Make sure you're putting it on over your anti-aging products and before your makeup. So that's important in your 20s, your 30s. When you hit your 40s, skin becomes a little drier. You're not losing that top layer, the epidermis, as quickly. So it looks kind of maybe more flaky, more deserty. And what's happening in your body, your estrogen levels are starting to decline. Estrogen is like a lubricant for the body. So when you start to decline in levels, your skin feels it and other things in your body feel it. So make sure you're using a heavier sort of moisturizer in your 40s and going into your 50s, like a cream base. We have a lot of cream-based moisturizers in the Parasol Dermaceutical line. And you'll also notice underneath the eyes, very delicate area, the skin gets thinner. You still need moisturization there, but a little more sensitive. So we have a cucumber caffeine-based like eye gel that you can put underneath there. It'll stimulate to pop up those like little lines under the eyes and dark circles if you had a rough night. That can happen here in Vegas. So also a wash, gentle cleansers once a day, and then of course like a salicylic or glycolic acid cleanser at night. If you're acne prone, salicylic is pretty good. If you just want to exfoliate, then a glycolic is great. As you hit your 40s, you're drying out even more. You're going into prune status because then you are going into menopause. So everything bottoms out. You want heavy duty moisturizer. You want your sunscreen 30 or higher. And you really want to start thinking about doing more facials, the chemical peels to manually exfoliate that dead skin off. You can also use some of those rotating brushes to get some of the dead skin off, but maybe only once or twice a week because they can be irritating and too drying. Because your skin is so dry, yes, retinols are great for nighttime for anti-aging, but your skin may get very irritated from them. So you may only have to put a very small amount, pea-sized amount, kind of dab it here, here, and here, rub it into the face, and then put your moisturizer over that at night. If you can't handle doing it every night, just 3 times a week. But also an antioxidant is very important because you're starting likely to get sun and aging spots. Vitamin C is known to help with dark spots. It's an antioxidant. It will lift some of the pigment, so putting that on in the morning is going to be great for you. I have one in my Parasol Dermaceuticals line called Vitamin See You Later Serum, so that's an awesome one. And along this journey with taking care of your skin, don't forget about aesthetics. There are very natural ways to infuse things like dermal fillers and toxin, where it alleviates some of the wrinkles that skincare can't get rid of. It can only do so much. It is, just penetrating the skin. So these things will get under the skin, work in the muscle, help to replace what you lose when you're aging, which is your fat pads. They get smaller. Your bone starts to condense more and get smaller, and you start to get thicker wrinkling and creases along your face. So that's where dermal fillers comes in. And that's also where collagen stimulating things come in, like your vampire facials and microneedling. And to get tightness, CO2 laser or erbium. So come in to see me at Parasol Aesthetics Dermatology and Wellness. So we have the whole caveat to make you look younger from the inside and out. Back to you, Gio.